That's the story on how I almost died on Valentine's Day. Because I was insisting on going out on Valentine's Day. Hi guys, good morning. So first things first, at the gym as usual, and I just ended my previous vlog, and I said let me start this new vlog because it's a new day, Nazom. I almost died though yesterday. That was Valentine's Day. The day before yesterday, that was Valentine's Day. That's how we went out. First of all, the place to even go safe, I was saying Paradise. If you know Paradise, is somewhere in, where is that safe? Somewhere in this Lagos, I don't know the area, and it's not far from me. So I was like, let's go to Paradise. It's not too far. Let's just celebrate. If you are not just subscriber, I know my husband didn't used to celebrate Valentine's Day before. I don't know the people that were in his life, but he didn't care for the day. But ever since I met him, by fire by force, I had to teach him that, you know, Valentine's Day, the day to celebrate love. I had to celebrate with your wifey. Like, he'll tell me he loves me all the time. He will buy me gifts randomly. But instead of Valentine's Day, he just didn't think it was a big deal. But I taught him, you see. And the one that I still had for him to process is that he's going to carry 80,000 naira and buy flour that will die in 2 days. That one is still hard for him to process. So always he'll either send me the money or he'll buy me another gift. So this year was no different. He told me, babe, I'll just take you out. Tell me where you want to go. I said Paradise. He was like, Paradise, but we've been there so many times, like, let's do somewhere else. Anyway, he ended up choosing another place. I'm not going to mention the name of the place because of the story I'm about to tell you guys, but just know your girl was between life and death. Like, at the end of that night, I started even regretting, why did I even say let's go at all? Anyway, you guys are my excuse for whiling away time in the car, which I always do if I go into the gym. Hopefully by the time I finish telling this story, I'll actually make it in. And I look like struggle telling this story, so I don't even know I'm telling this story, but I just said let me tell you people now before I forget all details about the story. You know how it goes now. So I got ready. I wore a red blouse, you know, my hair, I put edge control, put makeup. I think this is a picture of what I was looking like. You know, I look beautiful. We even snapped a picture outside. We were doing lovey. As soon as we walked into the place was giving vibes, local vibes, but like not too local. You know, it also looked good. And let me give you a clue. This place is somewhere, my trainer just passed through. This place is somewhere that they also have a branch in Abuja. The one in Abuja is like, when I used to live in Abuja way back when, it was really nice, really beautiful. It used to be a vibe. So I didn't think too much about it when I heard that they actually opened close to us. So when we went there, everything was looking good. There were roses, everybody was dressed in red, the girls were beautiful, there were some guys as well. Everything was looking They seated us, even though we didn't have a reservation. We placed our orders. When I was looking at the food menu, it was giving local Uncle B vibes, like local farm city, you know, normal soups and grills. So normal Nigerian food, nothing fancy. And I was like, okay. I think I ordered chicken wings and chips or something, because I had already eaten beans too, and I'm on weight loss diet too. But I was like, this is Valentine. How can I not come out and eat on Valentine's Day? So I ordered the chips and chicken. My husband, he ordered whiskey. We actually went to To and Aja as well. I'm saying this because this is all part of the story. So we moved to another place. Now where we were sitting before had like some kind of ventilation, but this place we moved to was more like a VIP corner. You know that vibe now. Everybody sat down. Before you knew, they started playing jazz vibes. So I went from being skeptical about the place to like being like, these people really prepared. Today na Valentine, you know, they've called their best DJ. It's gonna be a late night. Our food was taking time, no problem. And before we know it, the place was empty, but it was getting crowded, small. Before we knew, people were ordering shisha, people were smoking. You know how it is now, nightlife in Nigeria. All of a sudden, I took my first drink. They mixed the drink for me, which was Glen and Coke. I took it the second time around, but this place was becoming seriously choked up. Like, there was someone beside me even smoking shisha. Somebody on the other side, somebody in front. I think Tochko's husband was even complaining like, this place is too soft, this place is too soft. I was not telling my husband all this thing they're smoking, and I think it may be laced too, because I'm feeling some kind of way. I was like, that hit too, that he's feeling a little drowsy, but like, you know, Nigerian places now that not a little drowsy, but that it's probably laced. But the second-hand smoke in this place was no joke. Now the food came. I ate 2 chicken wings. One fell on the floor. There were 3. One fell on the floor. I was like, okay, no problem. My husband was eating my chips. His spaghetti bolognese came. His own was way too spicy. He couldn't eat it. So I was like, okay, thank God you've already had my chips. So bear in mind, all I had in this place was 2 chicken wings. Next thing I know, I was like, I think I even said it out loud. I'm feeling some kind of view. That I'm feeling a little drowsy. My husband came closer to me because before he was sitting across, now he came beside me. He was just holding my hand. Not because I was feeling very drowsy, but you know, Valentine now. We are doing Valentine, so we are being all lovey-dovey. Next thing I know, I felt like I could not breathe because that place was so choked up. Like, not with people, but with secondhand smoke. I felt I could not breathe. I kept telling my husband, I need air. Next thing I know, people were gathering around me. Apparently, I even passed out. Like for like 30 seconds or maybe less. But what I heard is that my eye went to the back like this because I felt in my head, I was thinking, why is this place becoming so crowded? Why am I so dizzy? Apparently I passed out a little bit. Next thing I know, we were on our way out. People were like, is she okay? Next thing I know, we got to the lift. I wanted to take the stairs because in my head I was thinking this lift is gonna take forever, and before this lift finished coming, I might have died. Anyway, the lift came. Me and my husband and Toby got in the lift. Those husband was actually eating. And when we got into the lift, we were going downstairs. And I remember my husband asking me, babe, are you okay? Do you want to vomit? Do you want to throw up? Are you okay? I just said, I need air. Almost, I don't know, as soon as that lift dropped, next thing I know is all over the lift. Like, I puked all over the lift. That was so embarrassing. All I could think about was Nazom, why? And mind you, I'm not drunk. I only had one glass of drink. I wasn't even tipsy. I was just dizzy. I don't know what it is up till now. Someone should help me. Was it the secondhand smoke? Was it carbon monoxide poisoning? I don't even know. I don't even know what this thing could be to today. Was it food poisoning? But food poisoning will just not make you vomit like that randomly. It's gonna take time before it happens, no? I just felt like, oh my god. As soon as the lift opened, my sister-in-law, my husband were just saying, where's the bathroom? The bouncers were like, it's over there. We were running there. Before we got there, I was like, again, hey, even that was dizzy like this, I wanted to melt. At this point, my shoes were off. I don't even know who was holding it in the back. I was walking barefoot in public, and I was not drunk, mind you. I was not drunk. This story is so embarrassing. I don't even know why I'm sharing it. I got to the bathroom, rinsed my mouth. Toe was one side, my husband was one side. That moment I was like, see, I'm forever gonna love her because that baby, see that babe, she's been with me through it all. This babe literally caught my vomit in her hand. You guys, she's a sister at this point. She's no longer my sister-in-law, and I don't even know why. I was like, though, why would someone be vomiting and you want to catch it in your hand? She said because she didn't want me to make a mess there. She was just being considerate, you know. And so we got to the car. I wind down one part, I put on the AC on the other side, and I was like, oh my god. Toby kept asking me, are you okay? My husband at this point went to settle the bill. He was like, no, we have to go home. Everybody was asking me, are you okay? I said, I'm okay. I feel a lot better. I don't know what it was, but my body had to expel. So the bouncer and I came to the car. I was like, is she okay? Is she drunk? My sister-in-law said, drunk, eh? What did Nazom drink? Nazom was not drunk. We were talking, everything was normal. Till today that I'm talking to you, I don't know what happened to me. I just feel like something got into my system and my body needed to expel it urgently, and that's what it did. I got home, I was still a little lightheaded, but slowly but surely, my husband, you know, just took care of me. I slept. This man never allowed me to sleep. He kept waking me up to ask me, are you okay? Because he was like, that in that moment, if I died, he did not know what to do, and he just was afraid that if I got into a deep sleep, I would die or something, because he has never experienced me passing out like that. But then I told him, I said, don't worry, this thing has actually happened to me before, like 2 times. One time when I was 7 years old and I went to trade fair. You know, trade fair at the time used to happen like frequently, and it would be very crowded. And my dad had a shop there, so I used to always go and stay in the shop, and then at some point they'll give us allowance to go and shop everything we want, and then we'll come back to the shop. And I remember one day I woke up, I was having like breathing problems. I was having very shallow breath, like anyway. Sorry, with that day I went to trade fair and I nearly collapsed there. Again, I remember I was maybe 6 or 7 or 8, I don't remember, somewhere along that age group. And I remember feeling like, oh my god, I'm so out of breath. And I remember being carried on top of everybody, like being carried. Somebody was holding my head and hands, someone was holding my leg, just so I could get air. I remember saying, I need air, and they ended up carrying me like that. And I remember going to the hospital and they gave me injections directly in my lungs. Till today I don't know what exactly it was, but that's what they gave me. And the second time around in my life was while I was in an airplane coming back to Nigeria. I was at the back of that plane, economy, like the backest of the back, like near where the air hostess and used to stay at the back. And I remember just waking up from sleep feeling like I was lacking air, like I was out of breath. And before I told the guy, I was in the middle seat, I told the guy to give me space, let me come out. And before I could even come out, I fainted at the back of that plane like that. I lost consciousness, not for long, maybe 30 seconds. And next thing I remember, they sat me up, asking me, all of them crowded around me, am I okay? They made me sit down in their chair, and they were just taking care of me. So this is not my first rodeo, this is like my third rodeo. And I remember going to hospital extensively because of that at the time, because my parents were worried. In my head, what I was thinking is, hi, chance of opportunity don't come when you start flying business all the time, because look how you almost fainted. I kept telling them that whenever it's too crowded, I get, I look, there's like this loss of consciousness, like I get dizzy, lightheaded, and yeah, my parents shall put me back in economy after that experience, but still, that was the second time. So I know that whenever it gets too stuffy, whenever I start to feel lightheaded and there's no air, like I can actually lose consciousness for like 30 seconds. Like it just happens. I don't know, this is the third time in my life, so it's not news to me. Maybe my mom insists that I go get it checked out, but I've already gotten it checked out, and they did like the full body thing. There was nothing wrong with me. So I was just told to be mindful, like if I know that somewhere, if I ever feel like short of breath, or I should just immediately look for where there's better air quality or something. So that's the story on how I almost died on Valentine's Day, because I was insisting on going out on Valentine's Day. And like, see, if you ever go to a place and there's smoke, shisha, cigarettes, weed, whatever people are smoking, and there's no ventilation, run for your life. Because if you're like me and you get lightheaded easily when there's no oxygen, you're gonna faint like me, okay? So you better take time. Anyway, that's the story about how I almost died because I was insisting on going out on Valentine's Day. That's how Valentine's Day almost took my life. Next year now, I don't know if I'm going to insist on going for this Valentine's Day, but I just needed to tell you the story and get it off my chest,